Welcome to the Bandano Podcast, where we're calling a spade a spade. Great to be here with you guys today. We have no idea who's going to be on the Indiana Fever, but as long as Caitlin Clark is on that team, you better believe tickets are going to be bought to watch her play. It can be Caitlin Clark and a bunch of people around my development. They're going to sell out an arena. The Atlanta Dream already moving them to the State Farm Arena from their itty-bitty school box of 3,500 to the big 17,000 plus State Farm Arena in Atlanta, Georgia. We have the Toronto Tempo. We don't even know who's on the Toronto Tempo, but they know Caitlin Clark's coming to town. You better believe that they're paying money to get a glimpse at CC22. We have MVP odds. Caitlin Clark and Asia Wilson tied as the frontrunners for MVP odds. And news for the expansion draft. We are about 1 week away from the WNBA expansion draft. We will know what the Indiana Fever's needs will be heading into free agency. Let's get right into it. I appreciate all the support. Like the video. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below and subscribe to the channel. That would mean so much to me. Our games against the Dream on June 20th and August 16th have been moved to State Farm Arena. The Caitlin Clark effect. They're going to Atlanta twice this year. Both times they're going to be in the big arena. Not one time, both times. The Caitlin Clark stimulus package. She boosts economies. Not only is State Farm, the Dream, going to make a nice lump of money off this, Olympic Park, the whole entire area surrounding the State Farm Arena, the hotels, restaurants, bars, you name it, Caitlin Clark brings money to the area when she comes to town. Fans know the deal. The scheduling conflict strikes again. That's our closest team. We don't have to see that ugly gray court. Yeah, that Atlanta Dream court. Nasty. Now, let me just say this. If the Atlanta Dream were smart, I don't want to give them too much. We might not like that gray court, but if they were smart, they would try to make that gray court in the big version. So every time they do go to the State Farm Arena, it looks like how it does in the school box. Gives them some type of home court advantage. Because we know when opposing teams come to Atlanta, and it's mainly the Indiana Fever and even the Las Vegas Aces because the Asia Wilson, South Carolina affiliation, well, we know Ryan Howard knows that it sounds like an away game for the Atlanta Dream players.
Try to compete and, have a great game. Obviously, there are runs, but, this is a challenge. Like, we rely on our fans, and when they pick and choose who they want to cheer for and come in and, make it feel like a away game for us and a home game for the other team, it's easy going to run like that. Especially with playoffs coming up. Like, you want to come see Gamecocks? We have Gamecocks on our roster. The last game, we had MVP chance for one of our players. Don't get here and switch up because of one player. And, yes, we do make mistakes, but it's easy to lose momentum when you have other people cheering against you. So that's hard to do.
Damn. Yeah, you guys remember this? Ryan Howard complaining because when the Las Vegas Aces came to town, nobody were Atlanta Dream fans in attendance. They were all Las Vegas Aces fans, South Carolina fans. And we know how it gets when the Indiana Fever come anywhere outside of Golden State, anywhere outside of New York Liberty. Every game is pretty much a home game for Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever. Scheduling conflict. Not the Fever having to move a game to a bigger venue again. Well, the players do eat off of revenue, so they shouldn't be complaining too much, although I'm sure they will find a way to complain. The Indiana Fever Toronto Tempo WNBA game for mid-August at Scotiabank Arena is nearly sold out. Cheapest Upper Bowl face value ticket is $150. Most lower bowl tickets were $400 to $700. 18,000 tickets in a few hours were sold. Insanity. The Caitlin Clark effect. No other comparison in North American sports. I know there's excitement for the Temple. Of course there is. But they don't have any players yet. Clark is box office, triple platinum, incredible. That's true. You can't even make the argument, oh, you know who the Toronto Temple have? Of course everybody wants to see that. Wait, they don't got anybody. Hey, you know who their point guard is? Of course. Well, they don't got a point guard. Hey, you know who their best player is? They don't even have a player, let alone a best player as of right now. And they're going to an expansion team. Their number one player can't be that good. No disrespect to the Golden State Valkyrie. Who was their best player last year? Burton was probably their best player. Maybe Kayla Thornton, if I'm remembering correctly. Monique Billings was on that team. Let's just say they're not draws. They might be quality WNBA players. Let's just say they're not draws. And we look at the MVP voting. You have Caitlin Clark and A'ja Wilson leading the odds at plus 240 each. Defisa Collier at plus 410. Brianna Stewart at plus 1,000. Alyssa Thomas at plus 1,000. All of this prior to knowing who's on these ladies' teams. Caitlin Clark, AB, Timpson, and who else is on this team? A'ja, and who else is on that team? Defisa Collier, and who else is on that team? Brianna Stewart, and is Brianna Stewart even coming back to the Liberty? Alyssa Thomas, and who? And I would argue that between Caitlin Clark, A'ja Wilson, and Defisa Collier, Caitlin Clark's the one whose coach believes in her the least. Of the three of these players, Becky Hammond says, A'ja Wilson, do your thing. Everybody else, stay out of the way. Cheryl Reeve actually puts an offense in place so Defisa Collier gets her touches and be able to get hers in the flow of the game. Caitlin Clark, she's handicapped half the time. She's got her hands tied behind her back. But Caitlin Clark's that damn good, she can overcome it. Caitlin Clark's that damn good, she can take lemons and turn it into lemonade. And that's why she's a favorite for MVP. Even the brief 13 games that we saw from her last year, even though it wasn't we had the triple-double to start off the season, we had the double-double against the New York Liberty, there were some pockets in there where, yeah, this could have been an MVP type season. Let me know who you think is going to be the MVP for this next coming season. And the WNBA expansion drafts 2026 confirmed for Friday, April 3rd, a week from Friday. Coin toss on Friday, March 27th, between Portland and Toronto. Winner chooses either first overall in expansion draft or sixth overall in the WNBA draft. Other franchise will pick seventh overall in the WNBA draft. Why would you care about sixth in the WNBA draft? Lauren Betts will be gone. Fudd will be gone. Awa Pham will be gone. Yeah, give me the number one pick in the expansion draft. Let me get first dibs in the expansion draft. Expansion draft will consist of 2 rounds in a snake draft format. Existing 13 WNBA teams will protect 5 players each. Lists are due Sunday, March 29th. So lists are due Sunday, March 29th. Hopefully by March 30th, that Monday, we get names on who these teams are protecting. However, we didn't get names last year. We only found out until after the draft of who the Indiana Fever ultimately protected or didn't protect. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I appreciate all the support. Like the video and subscribe to the channel. That would mean so much to me. See you next time, and as always, take it easy.